Get a closer look. When the head growing in, it itches. Now I'm on my break right now. Gotta watch my surroundings, you know. These niggas be bitter after me for no reason. Feel me? Can't even get nothing decent. Anyway, everybody ain't your friend. I got 15 minutes. Everybody ain't your partner. Everybody ain't a real nigga. If I said I got you, I got you. I'm gonna break today's what? Today is May 11th, 2021. She's alright, but she's not real. Just ease that deal. You got a little flow, that's cool with me. You got a little dope, little jewelry. But none of y'all motherfuckers can fool with me. I came back in this. Y'all niggas ain't rapping the same. Yeah, man. Feel me? I have no topic as usual. You know what I mean? We're gonna go off until you just freestyle until we get something topic wise. My last 2 videos is still being downloaded. That still hasn't been released yet. I was talking about relationships. And ironically, I was watching Jordan Peterson, and he was talking about relationships too, in the form of a relationship, basically the same thing I was talking about on his app. You feel me? And the lady that he was speaking to, I thought she was very funny. She was hilarious. You feel me? It's ironic. So maybe you probably talk about relationship and what it takes. You feel me? Not just your average relationships, again, like I was talking about. Because, you know, we still on the narcissistical topic. Since narcissism is on the rise again, feel me? It's better that we speak about relationship and how people can conduct themselves in any form of relationships. Even when it comes to business, there's still a relationship aspect to it. It's the relationship between the business and the public itself. And there's also a relationship inside a business between the employer and the employee. You feel me? So, and there's a relationship between the employees and the customers themselves. And one thing that remains solid within that relationship is trust and ethics. You feel me? It all come down to conducting yourself. You know, it's like presenting your business, saying that this business is worth me coming to, and building long-term relationship or long-term customers, because business, there's always competition, and there's certain people who always go to Starbucks instead of Dunkin' Donut, because Starbucks has earned that trust for them to constantly go to Starbucks, although there's another competition called Dunkin' Donut. So as a business or any relationship, you want to form a relationship where that person will come to you. You know, just like any boy and girl relationship, there's always going to be competition around. You feel me? But what makes that girl faithful to you? Is it a trust factor? Is it ethics? Is it the way you carry yourself? Is it the way you conduct yourself? Is it the way you pay back respect? All that kind of stuff. And reciprocal. Basically, that's what ethics is. Ethics is basically if you build an environment, if you're an environment and you have your storefront and everything else, it'd be ethical for you to sweep up your own storefront, so it makes it neat and clean for people to come in. it's basically saying and me saying that is basically what you're doing is taking care of the environment that made you rich. Basically, that's what the ethics in a small in a small sample of what ethics is about is basically taking care of those who took care of you, or if any of you hold stocks and everything else, you know what I mean? It's ethical for you to even take care of your stockholders and everything else and see who da da da. So that's the best. That's that part of that relationship. It's not me building that long-term trust where people can stay around for a long time in any form of relationship. You can't have short-term relationships. You just can't. It doesn't. It just it creates uncertainties when you have short-term relationships. You feel me? Like you have a short customers who you don't know whether they're coming back or not. It's like I don't know whether they're gonna come back today or they're not faithful to the product itself. So it's very important that you build long-term relationship. And if you see in a business point of view and you see life as a big business, then you conduct yourself well when you deal with other people. You feel me? The way people, it comes down to what I was saying earlier. It, oh shit, drop. It comes down to what I was saying earlier about men and the choices that they made when they have sex with women. We're not gonna talk about every other relationship when it comes to I'm not gonna talk about no gay relationships. I don't acknowledge it. I'm talking about your standard and average relationship. You feel me? I'm talking about men and women. And when men casually have sex with other women is what I was speaking on. You feel me? And I felt like Jordan Peterson was also speaking on that. So that's what we're gonna go by. And I started off that by giving you an average explanation of how business is conducted. So if you see in that business point of view, you have to see it in a one-on-one point of view too. I'm a brand called Jeffrey. I am selling my brand to another person who's the opposite sex of me, who can be called, let's call her Eve. You feel me? I'm a brand called Jeffrey, and Eve have her own brand. Now I'm presenting that brand to her, and she's presenting her brand to me. Now, if we meet, if we understand each other like that, then why would I just want to give her a sample of my brand? Of course, I give a sample of who I am, but not a sample lesson. Let it pass. Not a sample lesson. It's a quick hit, and she just leave. Then I go take my brand to another person else who is Eve point 2.0. Then I give her another quick hit. Then I take my brand again to Eve 3.0. Then I give her another quick hit. Then I take my brand to Mary. Then I give her another quick hit. Eventually, after a while, my brand is going to wore out. It's going to depreciate its value. My value is not going to mean nothing anymore. And that's what most men are doing out here, and women, of course. But we always see it from a woman's point of view. Of course, we call her a hoe. We be like, oh, them walls is worn out. Her pussy blown out. Of course, we demonize it, but we don't see it from the man's point of view. That men, when we sleep around with a lot of women, they call it community dick, basically. Like, basically, that's a new term that they have for men now. You feel me? They call this shit community penis or community dick. You feel me? It's like you wore out your value, you wore at your brand, because it's like, what are you presenting to the wife? Like, what are you present? Even it's worse, because some of these niggas be in relationship, and it's like, to me, I have to speak on these things. I think it's so disrespectful to have a girl and disregard how she'll be looked at, because she has her own brand. Let's assume she's not doing what you're doing, so her brand is legit. You feel me? She's clean, and now she's walking with a brand that everybody, it has bad reviews. You feel me? Your brand just got bad reviews because you just conduct bad business. You feel me? You done burn too many people. You done burn too many bridges. You feel me? It's your lifestyle. You feel me? Your lifestyle is not, your brand lifestyle is no good. Now you walking with her. It's disrespectful to her brand. It's like, there's nothing special about your brand at all. It's like, there's nothing special. Everybody can be like, oh, I already had that. You feel me? Like, you feel like it's not it's not it's not you are there's a difference between knowingly doing something detrimental and unknowingly, you feel me? Unknowingly, it takes a special person to understand the unknowingly part. But let's talk about knowingly. You knowingly are doing these things. You knowingly are sleeping with multiple women and everything else like that while you have a girl. Even if you don't have a girl, you are knowingly sleeping with a bunch of girls. You cannot like them. You feel me? It's more like a quick hit. So you've made it up in your mind to sleep with these women without any form of attachment. That's weird. You feel me? I never understood that. Of course, I grew up with people. We had that argument. Me and my homeboys back in the days. We used to have that argument all the time. But it is like, yo, but yeah, it's not this. There's nothing to it. Nah, we just doing what we gotta do. She understand and I understand. I'm like, but yeah, but like, what would be what's the whole point? Like, you feel me? What's the whole point of it? You dig? Like, it's like I can understand if y'all did it one time and y'all see each other again, y'all do that and y'all keep that kind of rotation going because you have that understanding. But you are just constantly you probably hit her up if you dry. The market is dry. You be like, let me just hit this bitch up and see what she doing and everything else like that. That's one thing I don't understand. If we are all brands and we conducting ourselves like a business, right? And eventually the goal is to have a partner, right? How can you conduct yourself in such matter? I don't think it's fair for the person that you're going to be with who has been conducting themselves very well that you going to bring your mess over. You feel me? That's all I was saying about the whole relationship brand. And I felt like that was very cool that Jordan Peterson was even talking about it on his top. It was ironic that he happened to talk about it from a previous recording that he uploaded today. That I'm like, that is so cool. Like, great minds do think alike sometimes. And the way he was explaining, of course, he used big words and he gets into the philosophy of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I want to talk. But I try to explain the most simplest form possible. That we have to learn how to conduct ourselves. You feel me? There's people, I've seen people who were so in spite of me that, because these are the things that I stand for sometimes, you feel me? And they were so in spite of me that they wanted to have sex in public just to prove a point to me. And I'm like, damn. Like, you know, New York City, you coming out the subway station, you see these two niggas, I said two niggas, like it was a girl, she might as well be a nigga. If she gets, she might as well be a nigga if she gonna take it that far. Like, you having sex in public, they knew I was coming around the corner just like they know out here, they be just stalking me and shit. They knew I was coming around the corner, so they just want to do it around the corner so they could prove in spite of me, you feel me? Just in spite of me, they wanted to just prove something. And I'm like, damn, like, even in California, I seen something like that too over here. In spite of me, people, like, they try to have the window and put a little cover on it just to do it, just in spite of me, just to be spiteful of me, just to make me. They want me to have an emotion, some kind of emotion. You feel me? They're energy vampires. So if I feel aggravated or disgusted in any form of way, it gives them the moment that they have and doesn't even please them. What pleases them is me being distasteful and me having some kind of, like I said, if I'm irritated by what I'm seeing, then that gives them the pleasure. You putting your dick in somebody else's pussy doesn't give you that pleasure at all. Nah, I have to show a dislike, a distaste, like, ew, what the like, fuck, like you feel me? And that gives them that, and that reaction. What is it called? It gives them that ecstasy that they need, like this, that little. And I'm like, damn, my nigga, if you gotta go through all that, then it's like, why? Don't even do that. Like, whatever you try to show to me, it's not. You could have just did anything else, but it's like, it is the self-destroying of it all. You feel me? That's why they do the things that they do. That's why a man or a woman can have sex with somebody that they don't like. Feel me? Like, it plays into their psychic and everything else like that. A person who does that, it tells you what kind of mind they have. You feel me? It's like, You're not even doing it for yourself. You're doing it just to be like, I did it, ha ha, Jeff, you can't do that type shit like that. Yeah, you know. Yeah. That's yeah. I like that. I like that. You feel me? I like when I tell the truth and I get a reaction out of them. Just like they just like they like to get a reaction out of me when they do some fuck nigga shit. You feel me? I guess I told you we all both do the same thing. It's just the intention of it all. You feel me? But I'll never have sex in public in spite of somebody else. No, that shit is crazy. I'm talking about we'll both do the same thing because we trying to get a reaction out of somebody. You feel me? I don't do it for a reaction, but when a reaction comes, I be like, yes, I'm doing something good. Then I'm saying something rightful. You feel me? But this is what's going on. And I'm like, how can you be around somebody that you don't like? This leads into a lot of other behaviors. These are narcissistical behavior. This is the reason why narcissism is rising up, because we are so spiteful in getting our enemy or somebody that we don't like so much that we are willing to degrade ourselves. What the fuck? Come on, B. I think the B strike me. We are willing to degrade ourselves in any form or shape just so we can get somebody. So we degrade our character. By doing that, you start to live a lifestyle that's not conducive. And when you start living a lifestyle, there's consequences of living certain lifestyle, like a lifestyle of eating too much will make you fat. If you have a lifestyle of having too much sex, you're more likely to, you know what I mean, get into the whole STD shit. So people who have STD, it's because of the lifestyles that they have. You feel me? People who are out of shape, it's because of the lifestyle that they live. So a person who's a narcissist is because of the lifestyle that he conduct himself into. It's the behavior that you allow in front of you. It's the behavior that you conduct yourself into too. You feel me? These shits, you just don't do it and detach yourself from it. No, it doesn't work like that. These are things that you take along with you. It's like a dirty slippers that you walk outside with and you take into your home. That behavior follows you. You feel me? Everything that you do becomes part of who you are. Girls are more likely to have that attachment to them than men. You feel me? Because they they were made to basically multiply our idea. They were made to help. They were made for a compliment. Their purpose is much different from what men are. You feel me? I hate to be the person that talks like that uncle that talks too much, but it's important. Let Harry Potter part. Harry Potter, feel me? He disagree with it because he probably guilty of something that he has done. That's why I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying nothing crazy at all. And if I sound stupid, then let it be. You feel me? But why do you disagree so much that you have to make noise? The disregard for other people. You feel me? These are all behaviors that you pick up along the way. Little by little, it adds on to something else. You feel me? You start off lying, then from lying you start off stealing, then from stealing you start to kill. You feel me? Destroying. This are patterns. It's a pattern that goes on. You feel me? It's like you start off the first grade, the next thing you know, second, then graduation. It's a continuous pattern that goes on. Something that you can't stop. Some people think they're better than what's going on. They feel like I can conduct. No, you don't know when you're changing. The person who knows when you change is the person looking from the outside in. I'm on the outside looking in, so let me tell you what I see. It's like a child who's growing up. It's like, oh my God, you used to be so small. But in their mind, they're like, man, I'm a grown ass nigga. What are you talking about? You feel me? Because we don't realize our growth, or we don't realize the changes that is happening around us, in us or around us that's attachable to us. We don't see these things. Of course not. The next thing you know, you got a beard. You feel me? Your parents is like, what the fuck? Like, yo, like, I remember when I was holding you. You feel me? But you thinking like, shit, I couldn't wait to have a beard. You feel me? You think I couldn't wait to be 18, man. These niggas try to control me. But you don't see your growth. People see that shit from you. That's why people who hate you are more likely to hate you before you see your potential. Because you don't get to see these things. You on the you on the outside, you on the inside, I'm on the outside, I'm looking at it and I'm telling you like, yo, it's your lifestyle. Your lifestyle will make you a narcissist. You feel me? It's the things that you conduct yourself into. It's the things that you accept yourself. You accept to happen around you. You feel me? All in spite of who? All in spite of somebody that you don't like. So you trying to tell me that just because you don't like somebody, you are willing to destroy yourself. The fact that you don't like somebody tells you that you don't like yourself, because you're conducting this behavior because you don't like somebody, which means you destroying yourself in that process. I got 5 minutes. Let me walk with your nigga, talk with you. These bees, I don't know where these bees is coming from, but that shit don't scare nobody. Holla at me. You feel me? So basically, the things that you conduct yourself into, if you find yourself not liking somebody, you better question what kind of actions you're gonna take forward. Cause by conducting in that action, you do more harm to yourself than you do to the person that you think you don't like. You feel me? Look, what was these people doing before I got here? I keep asking that question. Nobody can answer me. They wasn't doing this shit. Look at how I change a nigga's DNA. I done changed the whole nature of an animal. They went from what can I put it? They went from a cat to a lion. All of a sudden, these niggas is big and bad. You feel me? They went from a chihuahua to a fucking wolf. What was these people doing before I got here? Where did all that hate stem from? They didn't need no practice. Was it always there? It's the lifestyle. You got us, like, it's everything is already in us. It has to be activated. It's a DNA. You feel me? Every disease that's known in men is already in the human's DNA. Your lifestyle activate these diseases because you're not living the lifestyle you're supposed to live. So whatever you gravitate towards is what you're going to activate in your DNA. So if you're a divine individual, you can activate. This is what Christ was still teaching us, that if you follow these steps, if you fast, you can activate divine person or divine individuality or whatever they want to call it. You can activate these things. You are capable of doing it. But if you live on the other end of it, you will activate diseases and discomfort and chaos and everything else. Then you become a narcissist. You don't even know that you're a narcissist. You become destructive to your own. You feel me? And I see it for myself. And I always see this shit. Oh, no, fucking bitch. You feel me? I wanted to walk on the edge. 3 minutes. Feel me? So, it's the lifestyle. It's the lifestyle. Be careful what you allow around you. Always be careful what you allow around you. Be careful of what you're watching. Be careful of all these things. Don't allow these things in your view. Don't allow it. You feel me? Make sure you protect the environment. Protect the innocent. It's very important. But I'm about to go in. That's a little quick video, you know. I always like to share my brain, shred it out, instead of holding it in. About to go in and do another work. I'm not sure what time I'm gonna get out today. Yesterday was a chaotic situation, but you know what it is. All right, man.